Remember the days of playing cowboys and space aliens on the playground? Well, some American adults are still in the game, but it's hardly make-believe. Hundreds of thousands of Americans are real-life cowboys and cowgirls, all upholding the long-time traditions of the Wild Wild West. Each summer weekend, thousands of rodeos host competitive barrel runs, contests to lasso calves, or spectacles to see which cowboy can stay on top of a ferocious bucking bull the longest. At just 27, Cody Teal has built a career in professional bull riding and is currently ranked 6th in the world. A typical day in the office for Teal means trying not to be bucked off by bulls that can weigh up to 2,000 pounds.
I've had my fair share of injuries and surgeries over the years, but it's funny to think, you might think it's crazy, but it was always, my immediate thought was, oh, when can I get back to riding, or when can I come back, try to salvage my year, or something like that, from broken jaws, broken ankles, shattered elbows. I've had it all, so it's just like, the thought of quitting has never crossed my mind. As crazy as that might seem, it's just always, when can I get back to it?
Teal highlights the fact that these bulls are also athletes themselves, and that's really what keeps his job interesting.
The reigning bucking bull of the year, the bull that has been ranked the best bull in the world on 3 different occasions, he's actually probably the gentlest bull of all of them. Bruiser is what they call him. He's a really great bull and has been for a long time. He's just like a dog. He's really gentle, but when he goes into the bucking chute and the gate comes open, he turns into a different animal. He's very athletic, and he's really big and athletic and get high in the air, and he just turns it on. He's a competitor, and he knows when it's time to do his job, and when he's just laid back in the back pens. He's very smart, and that's probably one of my favorite bulls. He's bucked me off 3 different times, but I still have a lot of respect for him.
Riding these massive bulls in the arena has its risks, but Teal says the adrenaline rush and his love for the extreme sport outweigh those dangers.
The danger factor's there, and every guy knows that. They don't forget that by no means, but it's just kind of controlling that fear and knowing, I guess, the possibilities. And when you're doing something you love, it just kind of overshadows it, I guess. And each guy is so passionate about the sport and want to be successful with it. And I think the feeling of success and making a good ride just really kind of, like I said, overshadows the fear of that. But it's something you deal with every time you get on. You have to control that, I guess you'd call it fear, or, the thought or possibility of what could happen. And that's what makes it so addicting, too, at the same time, I guess, is all that adrenaline rush and making a good ride all comes together at the end of the day. It's just a really exciting feeling.
Most of us will stick to riding a mechanical bull rather than taking up a pair of chaps like Teal does every weekend. But as a resident Texan, he honestly believes anyone can become a cowboy or cowgirl if they're interested. As a full-time rodeo star, Teal is part of an organization called Professional Bull Riders, or PBR. Their 2019 slogan is #BeCowboy, which Teal can't help but explain for us non-rodeo folk.
That's been kind of the motto of the year of PBR is, be cowboy. And I think what that means is just kind of that mindset you have. And it varies. People have different opinions of that, and they can kind of take that and use it in plug it in their own lives. But for me, it's just kind of taking whatever challenges come your way, and keep moving forward, having a goal and doing daily things to work toward achieving that goal, and having integrity and keeping your word and honesty through it all, and do what you say you're going to do.
Rodeo transformed Teal's life, from starting in middle school to eventually competing in high school rodeo. He's learned from each and every bull ride. When Teal was a student, he was part of the National High School Rodeo Association, an organization designed to help high school students apply their rodeo skills to big venues across the country. They travel and care for their animals themselves, and then ride or lasso in cooperation with the animals. The executive director of the National High School Rodeo Association, James Higginbotham, says the old traditions of rodeo connects people from all backgrounds together.
Back in my younger days, we used to have what we call supper time, and that was set aside to find out what everybody did and what they've been doing today and what their plans are for tomorrow, what we need to be doing. And life is so much faster now that we really don't have that. But what we do is put them in a vehicle on a weekend rodeo, and they have to ride 5 hours to a rodeo, and that's what I call the supper time. And I think that's more family bonding than we get anywhere else in any other sport.
In 1981, some of Higginbotham's children wanted to try high school rodeo. This began a lifelong passion and eventual career in the sport for him as well. If you can't tell from his charming accent, he's truly a Southern gentleman. More specifically, he's from Arkansas. Spending time with his family is extremely important to him. And now, as a proud grandfather of high school rodeo competitors, the family business is what helps bring 3 generations together.
I think rodeo, the life lessons, you just don't get anything handed to you. You've got to go out and you got to take care of your animals. You got to practice. You got to be in shape. You have responsibilities that you have to follow through with if you aim on making it good in high school rodeo and our life. And it's just the lessons that we teach about the responsibility.
One member of the National High School Rodeo Association credits the sport with not only teaching responsibility, but giving purpose and direction to life. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please present the 2019-2020 National High School Rodeo Queen, McCarty Kelly.
You can college rodeo, and then after college you can go pro rodeo and semi-pro rodeos. So there's for sure a future after, but National High School Rodeo gets you ready for a career outside of rodeo as well as rodeo. So they definitely give us lots of scholarships because they want us to have the right step when we get out of high school.
Kelly was crowned at the age of 16 as National High School Rodeo Queen, a dream of hers since she was just 10 years old. So, what exactly is a rodeo queen?
We carry flags. We'll be riding around on horse carrying flags. They usually announce us at the beginning of a rodeo, our name and our title, and then we run around and wave, and we have the sparkly outfits on, and then we're out signing autographs after a rodeo. We're just kind of trying to get people involved and being a spokesperson for the rodeo.
But the title teaches much more than just smiling and waving a flag while on horseback.
Any rodeo, it kind of teaches you how to work hard, and I think that's something that you really need when you graduate high school, because we're out there working with our animals for hours upon hours a day, just trying to get ready to go to the next high school rodeo. And so it teaches you hard work and dedication, and without that, where would you be?
In her home state of Utah, Kelly says rodeo is a way of life, and when it comes to her family, it runs in their blood. Both her grandfather and her father were rodeo announcers. Meanwhile, her uncle has made a career as a rodeo clown. That's the person who distracts an angry bull from the just bucked off competitors so they can get back on their feet. But perhaps the person with the most influence on Kelly's rodeo career is her mother, who was a rodeo queen herself.
I grew up as a little girl going to all these rodeos, and I saw the queens and how much grace they had and how well they did in their jobs, and I wanted to be like that.
While Kelly is a spokesperson for rodeo, she was never allowed to try the most dangerous of all the rodeo sports, bull riding. The reason why? Because she's a girl.
In high school rodeo, girls don't really do bull riding. It's only open to boys because, I don't know, that's just how it's always been since the beginning of time. But we do have tons of girls events and lots of boys events in high school rodeo. When you get out of high school rodeo and into pro rodeo, the girls only have barrel racing to compete in. But in high school rodeo, the girls will rope, they'll cut, they'll run barrels, they'll run poles, they'll goat tie. So there's a bunch of options for boys and girls in high school rodeo.
While the gender divide between events might sound very traditional, Kelly advocates for a serious change in the sport moving forward.
We're starting to add more girls events in pro rodeo because we're trying to keep up with the times, if that makes sense. We recently added breakaway roping to pro rodeo, and which it's never been in there before, but this past couple of years we added it in, and so we're starting to get more girls events added in to compete at pro levels.
Kelly's currently a junior in high school and has set her sights on attending college after graduation. Her dream is to study agriculture communications at a university not too far away from home. Even though she isn't pursuing rodeo past high school, Kelly speaks for many other young athletes who have had their lives transformed by this extreme American sport.
To be able to get out of my shell and have a conversation with you if I wasn't involved in rodeo. You meet so many new people and you learn to talk to them really quick. It teaches you that life skills to be able to talk to people and to associate with people, but it also teaches you how to work hard. And not just me, but every single person involved in high school rodeo. It teaches you so many lessons that will get you so far. And if I wasn't involved in that, I wouldn't be where I am today.
The rodeo lifestyle goes past wearing cowboy hats and chucking lassos. It's a part of our history and embodies the American spirit of getting back in the saddle when times get tough. For more information on this topic and our guests, visit viewpointsradio.org. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter @ViewpointsRadio and subscribe and listen to our show anytime wherever you listen to podcasts. This segment is written and produced by Annie Kroll. I'm Gary Price.
Coming up, you'd never expect fast food chains to be such savvy marketers when Viewpoints continues.
If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, please call this toll-free number right now, 800-279-0419. That's 800-279-0419. By calling your addiction team, you're taking the first steps to recovery. Don't fight addiction alone. Their advisors are ready to take your call. Your future is still a bright place. The help you need could be one call away. 800-279-0419. That's 800-279-0419. This call is completely confidential, and if you have private insurance, there could be little to no cost to you. Even if you've already been to treatment, give us a call. There's no need to let addiction ruin your life. Take the first step now. Call your addiction team at 800-279-0419. That's 800-279-0419. Make the free call now. 800-279-0419. Your addiction team is a third-party advertiser for various treatment centers and placement networks. Individual results will vary. Visit youraddictionteam.com/terms for more information.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you can donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-835-1478. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now. Call 1-800-835-1478. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher for donating. Call now, 1-800-835-1478. That's 1-800-835-1478.
Thank you for listening to Viewpoints Radio, a production of Media Tracks Communications. If you enjoyed this broadcast, please support our show by subscribing, sharing it with a friend, and leaving a review on Apple Podcasts. You can find more Viewpoints stories on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and viewpointsonline.net. Also, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Viewpoints Radio.
Coming up on Viewpoints.
It's one of those things that I still focus on to this day. Like, what kind of person am I trying to be? What kind of impact am I trying to have on others? How do I want people to remember me?
The importance of having someone in your corner rooting for you to succeed. Then,
I've seen curse words on the inside of the lip. I don't know if somebody was mad at their dentist.
Dr. Eric Bernstein is an expert in laser tattoo removal and has seen just about every tattoo out there. I'm Marty Peterson.
and I'm Gary Price. These stories in depth on your public affairs magazine, Viewpoints.